guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Nathalie, I'm a musician, and as of today I'm covered in mosquito bites. Anyway, in my previous vlog I talked a bit about chasing your dreams and facing your fears. I will link that video below, above, I don't know where yet, but you can find it here somewhere. And today I decided I wanted to zoom in a little more on the first step that I am talking about in the previous vlog, which is how to train your brain into believing that you can achieve something new. Or in other words, how to train your brain into believing in yourself. It can be a very hard thing to do, especially if you have struggled with this before. So how do we believe in ourselves? Let's find out. As with a lot of things that we're trying to introduce in our lives, it won't really happen or stick with us unless we decide that we really want to. Let me give you a quick example. How many times in your lives have you been like, oh, you know, it would be really great if I would just wake up earlier, maybe at 7 instead of 8:30. That sounds great. Unless, you know, in the morning your alarm goes off at 7, you're like, just 5 minutes longer. That's definitely been me almost all the time. But if you really act on that alarm clock or on the decision that you're making, you are showing up for yourself and you're showing that you believe that you're worthy. You're really doing something good for yourself. So thinking about things and acting on the decision on things, that's an entirely different thing. And it might need a little bit of encouragement. So for me, I usually set a deadline. And whenever I have acted on that decision and I've done it on the day of the deadline, I pop open the bottle of wine. Because, you know, I deserve it. So really set a deadline. Remind yourself that you're worthy of it. Really show up for yourself. Because if you won't, then, well, no one will. And if you have done it, well, rewarding is always a good idea. So we're here, you made the decision, you're like, okay, I'm ready to start believing in myself. Well, that's the first thing that you're gonna have to change or be mindful of. The way you talk to yourself. If you say to yourself, I believe in myself, and you feel the truth of those words, like deep in your gut, or wherever it is that you feel positive reinforcement, then it'll stick. But if you say a sentence like, I believe in myself, or I am successful, and you feel arrogant or narcissistic or ridiculous for saying such a thing, any negative kind of feeling, then you know that's where you will need to work on. Those thought patterns, it's something that is ingrained for a long time. Oftentimes it can also be like you have switched one thought pattern and another one comes up. Another bad one comes up. It can be very layered, it can be a very long process. All of us, in one way or another, are battling with it. It's not a bad thing, and it's highly important that you address it, and address it accordingly. So really be conscious about how do you talk to yourself in your own head. Are you being kind to yourself? Are you trying to reinforce yourself with positive reinforcement? What? That's a weird sentence. Are you giving yourself constructive feedback, or are you just super critical? Are you being mean to yourself? Maybe you shout in your own head. All those things really add up towards the image that you have of yourself, and then the ability of believing in yourself, yes or no. So take your mind seriously, and more importantly, take your thoughts seriously, especially the ones that just pass by without you really noticing it. And try to get a grip on those, determine what it is that's going on, and if needed, change that pattern. Just like any good habit, it needs to be instilled, and you need to be very disciplined about it. Maybe you always wanted to be like an athlete and really strong and powerful, Well, if you don't do the workout every day, your muscles just won't start popping. So it's the same when you're training your mind into believing in yourself. Really work your mind. Stay disciplined. Show up for yourself. Just do it consistently and it'll show off. One of my teachers this year, in the end of the school year, the last lesson, he said the next phrase, which is, discipline creates freedom. And there's so much truth in those words. Once you have really stuck with it and you've showed up and it has become a new pattern, it creates so much freedom and it creates so much new opportunities and possibilities to act on another problem or to just take the next step in the good direction. So discipline is your best friend, and it can in the beginning be a pain in the ass, but show up for yourself. You really are worth it, and if you do the work, it'll pay off. Now, all these things might seem like they're a lot. Changing thought patterns, showing up for yourself every day. Sometimes you just have a lazy day and you don't want to, you know? So you can feel overwhelmed. I really hope that is not the case. But if so, please remind yourself that you don't have to take on everything at the same time. It's better to just do something, and something small, learn from it, than to not do anything and just stay on the same place where you've been for a long time. Change is not easy, but it really pays off. So if you decide that you want to do this, maybe you can just start with saying the phrase, I believe in myself, and connect a positive feeling to that. Do this for a month. It can take 30 seconds a day, hopefully a little bit longer, but at some point you'll feel how that positive feeling doesn't require more energy of you. It's there when you say the sentence, I believe in myself. And that's when you know, I learned it. It stuck. I got it. And that will give you more energy to then take the next step or battle the next thing that you need to overcome, right? So don't overwhelm yourself. Just remind yourself, better to do something than nothing, and stick to it. I promise you, it will give you great results. So thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad you stuck with me. You stuck with me. That's a good sentence. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you would like to. If you have more things to add to the subject, please go ahead and leave a comment. Share your wisdom. I'd love to hear from you. If you feel like a friend might want to hear this, share it with them. I would love to be of help. I hope you're in great health, that your family is too. And go ahead and start believing in yourself. You're really worth it. See you next time. Bye.